Have you ever finished a story and found it
Yeah.
sticks with you, like way beyond just the plot points?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Some books just resonate, don't they? They make you think long after you've put them down.
Exactly. And that's what we're looking at today. We're
Yeah.
diving into Brandon Sanderson's Cytonic. It's the third book in his Skyward series.
Right. And we're not just doing a summary. We want to get into how Sanderson actually builds that lasting experience for you, the reader, really dissect his storytelling.
Yeah, looking at the craft behind it. Because he's known for these, incredibly detailed worlds, great characters.
Mm-hmm. And Cytonic came out November 2021, I think. It's a really interesting case study within YA sci-fi.
It really is. And what's fascinating, I think, is how he handles this being the third book.
Yeah.
That can be tricky territory.
Sure can.
Cytonic continues Spensa's story, obviously. She's navigating this weird reality-bending place called the Nowhere, figuring out her Cytonic powers.
Mm-hmm.
But the whole feel changes.
Yeah, it slows down a lot. Compared to the first two, which were very action-heavy, this one is much more introspective, maybe.
Definitely. Which makes you wonder, right? Why would Sanderson, who's such a master at pacing, deliberately hit the brakes in the middle of this big, high-stakes series?
Well, I think it speaks to the trust he's built, that authorial credibility. You could call it ethos, right? Readers trust him.
Okay.
So even if a book takes a turn you didn't expect, you figure, okay, there's a reason. This isn't just a detour. It feels like a purposeful choice.
To focus on Spensa.
Yeah, exactly. A deep dive into her character, her internal world, and the bigger themes.
And that really draws you in emotionally, doesn't it? That pathos. You feel her fear, her loneliness, but also her courage and hope, especially in her interactions with Mbot.
Mm-hmm. Mbot adds so much humor, but also some pretty deep philosophical points, too.
It's all about her accepting herself, maybe. Both the heroic side and the impulses she sees as maybe darker. It kind of makes you reflect on your own stuff, too.
For sure. And Sanderson manages to keep it logically coherent, even with wild ideas like the Nowhere or the Cytonic powers, manipulating space and thought for FTL travel. That's the logos.
Right.
The rules are there. They're consistent enough. You can suspend your disbelief because the structure, the writing, it all grounds the fantasy. It makes these big abstract concepts feel, real.
And just so you know, what you're hearing now is actually a unique two-host AI conversation. We're powered by Google's NotebookLM, aiming for this kind of deeper, more dynamic book analysis.
Yeah, it lets us really bounce ideas around, like how Sanderson uses these vivid metaphors, especially when Spensa's grappling with her memories, her identity.
And at that slower pace we mentioned, I really think it's key. It's not a bug, it's a feature.
Yeah.
It's a rhetorical strategy.
Okay, explain that a bit more.
Well, it's like the story itself is taking a breath, mirroring those pauses a whole series might take before the huge finale. It lets him build up the philosophical foundations.
So shifting from just external action to the internal journey, that reinforces the idea that understanding yourself is vital before you tackle the big outside conflict.
Exactly.
So yeah, Cytonic really stands out as the strategic shift in the narrative. Sanderson uses the world, the introspection, the character arc. It's all working together.
It's entertainment, but with serious thematic weight.
All right. What some might call middle book syndrome is actually quite deliberate here. It's effective. It deepens everything for what's coming next.
And understanding the mechanics behind the story, it really changes how you read, I think. You start to appreciate the craft involved.
Mm-hmm. You see the author's choices, not just the events.
So how does knowing about a writer's purpose, their rhetorical toolkit, change the experience for you? Does it make you look at those slower parts in other series differently? Maybe see them as intentional, profound even?
It's definitely something to think about. And hey, if you enjoy these kinds of discussions, exploring books through this lens AI-powered analysis that encourages reflection, rational thought, you should check out Mindful Moments on our YouTube channel.
Yeah, great stuff over there. And listen to our other podcasts too, of course.
Absolutely.
Now, if you want a more detailed breakdown of the plot itself, click the link on screen for the in-depth book summary.
And please subscribe if you haven't. Share this with anyone you think might find it interesting, and you can use the link provided to purchase the book too.
And remember, always think rationally.